Best scene of Shadows and Demons. Gabby picks up the book of protection spells and starts reading it again. Interior, Gabby's bedroom, night. Gabby tosses and turns in bed. Suddenly, light fills the room, waking her up. She lifts her hand to shield her eyes and sees Prudence standing in the doorway.
What's wrong?
Prudence is deadly white.
Can't you hear it?
Gabby listens. There is a shuffling sound.
Can it get in?
Gabby leaps out of bed.
I don't know.
Prudence clings to Gabby as they walk into the main room and notice the front door is glowing. They glance at each other.
Gabrielle! Open the door. Please, open the door, Gabrielle!
Mia?
Gabby begins to move towards the door, but Prudence grabs her arm.
For God's sake, don't go to her, Gabrielle. It isn't real. She isn't there. Mia's dead.
Gabby pulls her arm away.
I know she's dead. That's why I have to keep her out.
She reaches for one of her books and tries to flick on the light. It doesn't work. Prudence lights a candle. In the dim light, Gabby finds what she's looking for and starts to chant. The voice outside screams, then begins to sob. Gabby continues to chant, although her voice is a little shaky.
Let me in, Gabrielle!
There's a thud at the door, followed by a howl. Gabby continues to chant as Prudence watches fearfully, and gradually they are satisfied that whatever it was has gone. Gabby collapses on the floor.
I want her to be at peace, out of his grasp, out of his reach.
Prudence purses her lips and kneels at Gabby's side.
Would you have her back again? If it could be done? Not that thing, but Mia?
Gabby looks up at her.
Would you have Gareth back?
Long beats of silence.
Yes. I don't think I'd care what it would cost. I wake up every night and I miss him so much, and Gabrielle,
What is it?
I'm pregnant.
Tears well up in Prudence's eyes. Gabby hugs her.
It wouldn't be Gareth. No more than that thing outside was Mia.
Prudence shudders and stands up. The light Gabby flicked on earlier comes to life. The room is illuminated. Prudence steadies herself against a cabinet, inadvertently pushing a button that prompts a drawer to pop out.
What's this?
Gabby looks up.
I never knew there was a hidden drawer.
She looks inside and pulls out an envelope addressed to Gabby. She purses her lips and tries not to cry. Slowly, she hands the envelope to Gabby. She takes the letter, but pauses before opening it.
Pregnant?
Prudence nods.
3 months.
Gabby moves to hug Prudence.
What a blessing.
I never imagined I would be raising a child alone.
You won't be alone, Prudence. I promise you that.
She opens the letter and reads it aloud. We hear Garrett's voiceover as Gabby reads. Dear Gabrielle, I'm sorry we didn't have a longer talk when we last met. I said I'd heard rumors about Pendleton, but I didn't know just how evil he is. Even in the church, people would clam up about him. I want to help you. I suppose it goes with the job and the collar. So I was determined to learn more. A friend of mine led me to a Catholic priest, Father Leonardi, who lives alone outside of a normal society. Gabby pauses to glance at Prudence, then continues. I've been so very sick these past few days. The migraines get worse and worse until I think my head might explode. Prudence whimpers. I don't know how much longer I can bear this pain. I fear that now you've gone to Morocco with Pendleton, he might have you for good. And you may never see this letter. But I have to write down what I know. Maybe it will help. If not you, then someone in the future. I know I will be dead before you return. Prudence breaks down completely, but Gabby persists. I visited Father Leonardi after I saw you last. Gabrielle, you must find this man as quickly as you can. Listen to what he has to say. This priest knows Pendleton. That man is not what he seems. He's not even human, not in any real sense. You must believe me. Gabby pauses, then continues. It is so hard to leave Prudence alone. Look after her, Gabrielle. And find the church. You know the one. I'll bet you've dreamed of it as I have. Destroy it, Gabrielle. Destroy it and everything in it. Find a way. They are everywhere. William Pendleton brought them back from Morocco. She turns the page, but there is no more.
That's it. That's where it finishes.
Prudence collects herself.
What church? Do you know what he's talking about?
Gabby nods.
I've been there.
What did he bring back from Morocco?
I'm not sure, but I have an unpleasant theory.
And who's William Pendleton?
Davis told me that was his grandfather.
Prudence slumps in a chair.
He came to the house.
What?
No, not Pendleton, the priest, Father Leonardi. He came here a couple of times before Gareth died.
Do you know how to find him?
Yes, he left me his details.
She pulls a piece of paper out of one of the regular drawers in the cabinet and hands it to Gabby. Exterior, interior, Father Leonardi's home, day. Gabby and Prudence stand outside a humble house in the middle of nowhere. They glance at each other, then knock. Father Leonardi, an elderly man in a black suit and dog collar, answers the door.
Can I help you?
We've met before. You visited my husband when he was sick.
Ah, yes. I'm so very sorry. He was such a young man.
This is Gabrielle Branson.
The father studies her, grim-faced.
You're entangled with Pendleton, beyond my reach.
I've broken away from him.
The father grunts.
Please, we have no one else to turn to.
The father keeps his eyes firmly on Gabrielle. After long beats of apparent consideration,
Very well. Come in.
they follow him to a meagerly furnished living room.
My church never abandoned the miraculous. We still have our relics, our bleeding statues, but I'm taking a great risk in what I'm about to show you.
He takes a box out of a cupboard.
Surely you would know ways to protect yourself against Pendleton.
He looks sharply at her.
Don't underestimate that man.
Taking a bunch of blue folders out of the box, he opens one and hands it to Gabby. There is a photograph of a man in his 50s dressed in 1950s clothing.
Do you recognize him?
It's Davis Pendleton.
The father grunts and hands her another photo.
And this?
She looks. It's the same man dressed in clothes of the Victorian era.
His grandfather?
That is William Pendleton, born 1855, died 1917. His son Richard was born 1899 and died 1970. Davis was born 1952.